Let's see now. There's that. Oh no. What's going on here? Move this a little bit. Get this whole video set up in line. Okay, so we're live there. It's like everybody forgot that I go live sometimes. But here I gotta set this thing up. Hey, what's up, Travis? Alright, preview one. Okay, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, what's been up, folks? Gonna say what's up to my folks on YouTube, Searching for Truth. Chevin Fish, Chase Money, what's up? Travis Jones, my man Ron. I saw the setup with the camera, man. That thing is sick. Lolo, what up? Sly Steve, Ollie Rendon, Jeremiah Johnson, Carson. What's up? Ollie Rendon, what's happening? Joel Miranda, Victoria, how are you? Alright, on Facebook, Cecil Tiz in the house, rapper extraordinaire, DR Lee, what's going on? My man Michael, Paulie Hart. Okay, Damon Gregg. Okay, so we're good. How's the audio? I don't think I set up the mic on the laptop. Hope everybody can hear me on this thing. But alright, so just wanted to chat a little bit, real short. I wanted to keep this one kind of short about the International Space Station. It's all about who's that? NASA Lies? Yeah, it's all about bashing NASA on behalf of the flat Earth community. The idea is to basically just cast doubt on this whole heliocentric model by just pointing out all the flaws in this whole thing. And one of those big flaws is the space agencies, NASA in particular, because they would have us believe some things that are utter nonsense. Nonsense, I say. So I was just relaxing the other day, doing what I do, just got back from a visit out of country. Went to go visit my daughter. Was relaxing in the van, getting some things organized. I get a message from a guy named Craig. He wanted to talk a little bit. He left me his phone number, so I gave him a call, because I do that. I mean, if somebody sends me a message, an email or something like that, maybe a message through my website, I might just call you at random. You never know when I got a few minutes to just chat. So I called Craig up because he left me his number. And, we started talking. He was talking about my video, Crashing the ISS. We were going over some things about that. And I wanted to talk about this because we got to a good point. Thought about something that I hadn't heard anybody speak about. But before that, I'd like to say why I was reminded to do a live stream about the ISS. This morning I woke up and I saw that Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole put out a new video about the ISS. Shout out to Dave, DITRH. Also shout out to AplainTruth.info. AplainTruth.info, that dude puts out quality content like all the time. He's always getting on about, like, it's not just flat earth. He's a flat earther, but he goes in about a whole bunch of other topics. So check out DITRH and AplainTruth.info. Got good stuff, those guys. So shout out to them. So Craig and I, we were talking. Enda, Richard Lopez, what's up? I see you. Joey Sylvie, what's happening? All right, so we were chatting about a couple things. The ISS, the International Space Station that people claim that they've seen flying past the moon and all that, getting these high resolution pictures and all that. Talking about being able to see this thing. ISS, it's supposed to be the size of a football field. And yet, some way or another, the ISS is supposedly moving at a speed in excess of 17,500 miles per hour. Something roundabouts that speed. Something the size of a football field moving like 10 times faster than the speed of a bullet. I doubt it. But okay. Okay. Another thing about the ISS, the thing is supposed to be 200, like they say it's 250 miles above the surface of the Earth. Okay, we can go with that. But now out in space, if that's a real thing, I don't think it is. So out in space, 250 miles up, that lands you in the thermosphere. Now in the thermosphere, the temperatures can vary between 953 degrees Fahrenheit and 3,632 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's the thermosphere. Sweltering hot. It's blazing hot. The ISS is not made of any materials that can withstand such temperatures. It would have to have some sort of iridium casing on the outside of it, but it has exposed windows of glass and all that. The solar panels, those would melt because the melting temperature of glass is somewhere around like 1530, something like that. I got a video called Crashing the ISS. I go over all the numbers, the melting temperatures of things that would not be able to withstand the temperatures of the thermosphere. So check that one out. It's one of my favorite videos. I had a lot of fun making that one, Crashing the ISS. It's all about the International Space Station and how it's just absolute nonsense. So the ISS itself is supposed to be out in space at this height, withstanding these temperatures. I can't deal with that. But they believe that. People actually believe that it's up there and that it's a real thing. Okay, so we got this hashtag going around right now. Hashtag and they believe it. So start pointing out these nonsensical ideas that come from the whole heliocentric globe model of the Earth, because we know that this thing is flat and stationary. So let's start pointing out the things that are just ridiculous about the globe model in your post memes, whatever, however you want to do it, and then use the hashtag and they believe it. Hashtag and they believe it. So let's get that one trending. We were working on that. Me and Big Dread were trying to get that one going a little bit because it's some nonsense stuff about this whole globe model. And they believe it. But the ISS is up there, the size of a football field, 250 miles up in the air, moving at 17,500 miles per hour. And they believe it. So anyway, in addition to all that nonsense, they can believe that. Okay, they can believe that some way or another the ISS is able to withstand those temperatures. Okay, cool. But, wait, there's more. We also see in the so-called live feed of the ISS where these astronauts get outside of the ISS and they're doing spacewalks. They're outside of the ISS doing repairs. They're fixing little components on the outside. Now wait a minute. The ISS is supposed to be up there moving 17,500 miles per hour. And they say, well, it can move that fast because it's actually falling back towards the Earth and, there's no wind out there so the astronauts wouldn't get whipped away. All right, fine. Let's say that there is no atmosphere for some reason or another. But, okay, so the temperature up there is in excess of 953 to 3,600 and, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere's about. Exactly what are the astronauts, exactly what are those spacesuits made of that can withstand those temperatures? Ever think about that? Because the ISS, they could say that they could sit here and they could survive those temperatures, but the spacesuits, can those? I'm sorry, do we have some sort of material that can withstand 953 plus? Well, I looked it up, and one of the things I could have swore one of the things they said these suits are made of is a type of Kevlar polymer, something like that. And I looked up the melting temperature of Kevlar, and that's 950 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still gonna melt because 953 is on the low end of the spectrum with the ISS temperature, you know what I'm saying, or the temperature in the thermosphere. So Kevlar wouldn't be able to withstand that. So exactly what is the spacesuits made of? You know what I'm saying?